Happy Wednesday night, Sooner Nation. Welcome to the Sooner Surge, the podcast that tells it like it is. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thunder are playing right now. Jay, Chester Carter has gifted a new Sooner Surge membership. If you are one who claims that and gets it, email us at SoonerSurgePod@gmail.com. It's midweek. It's over the hump. Thursday's right around the corner. What's going on, Jay?
What's going on, man? Rainy evening here, and it's going to rain most of the day tomorrow. So, but it warmed up, so I'll take it. I already see some comments rolling here, and thanks, Chester, for the gifted membership. You did it last night. You did it again tonight. You're great, man. Appreciate it. I see this. I want to say something. How many months does it take to hire a DC? You know what? At this point, I don't know if it. I mean, I think they know what they're going to do probably, and at this point, does it really matter a timetable? I mean, you're having winter workouts right now. Now, it could matter as far as recruiting if you want to go on the recruiting trail with another guy.
But Jay, do you think part of the reason is they've been out recruiting or what?
Yeah, they have been really hitting the road hard. They've been heavy,
and that's gonna stop Saturday.
So, and I see Sooner fan here put it, and this is what the graphic Hunter put out today. I appreciate the graphic that Hunter got out. Fasusi now ranked number 1. And also, Tristan Haynes jumped over 100 spots to be the number 1 player in Oklahoma per 247. So some good things for Oklahoma on that front as far as 247 final rankings coming out. I'm trying to think, and Hunter, hey, what's up, Johnny? How you doing tonight? Hey, Hunter, you may have to look this up on the fly. Has OU ever gotten the number 1 tackle in recruiting?
A number 1 lineman, period.
Maybe you could just, if you know it, just hop on and say yes or no. I don't recall it.
Yeah, I don't think they've gotten the number 1 guy. Yeah, so Tristan Haynes is the guy. Tristan Haynes is the guy from Carl Albert, correct? He jumped massive spots.
Let me ask this, because I know nobody's happy after last year. I'm pretty optimistic going in next year on a couple of things. Offensively, Arbuckle, I'm pretty dang optimistic about it. I am. I think, and I saw Chester's comment about, well, if he's the next great OC, it's really going to change things, and it would. If he's really good offensive coordinator, I think Mateer's a really good quarterback. It could definitely change things next year. But like I said before, I'm very optimistic, but I'm also I got to see it on the field first. But I'm optimistic on offensively.
Overall, the class isn't BB's best.
No.
But
they also took less guys, though, too.
They took less guys, but also
that affects a little bit, but it's not the best, no.
I am super stoked that they got the number 1 lineman. I will say that. That's a definite position of need every year. Every recruiting class, O-line and D-line, you got to have.
Yeah, and Sooner fan says the same thing. It depends on the O-line, regardless of quarterback or receivers. You're right about that.
Yeah.
So Wes Sims was the number 2. Okay, there it is, offensive guard. So
they've never gotten a number 1 ranked lineman of any kind. Guys, big news right now. Coconut Greg is making the announcement. We are all happy to hear that their little coconut has finally arrived. Congrats, Coconut Greg. Welcome to parenthood, and it's going to be a blast. Great news. Thanks for sharing that. Been thinking about you. Appreciate you sharing, man. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats, Greg. And I enjoy this time. I mean, this is just kind of a special time.
Jay,
it's great. So
I've got 3 boys, and people always used to say, man, it'll go by so fast as soon as you blink. And I used to say, whatever. It does, man. It does.
It really does go by fast. Tyler said he played against Wes Sims. Tyler, where did you play at high school ball at? What's up, Chief? How you doing tonight, Chief? Congrats, Greg. Yeah.
Coconut Jr.
Jamal Brown or Wes Sims? I would go Jamal Brown. Different players. But
Yeah, Jamal Brown was great. He played at Altus, Jay. We made that drive.
And I think Coach Harris is right about this. You get to the playoff, and it can change things very quickly. But I also think Brent Venables, if you look at overall at Brent Venables, recruiting hasn't been really an issue. This is his worst class, probably ranking-wise, that he's had at OU. So I don't think that's been the main issue with Brent Venables. I think he can recruit pretty dang good. They haven't been good offensively. He's been this last year.
Chester, thanks for the gifted membership, and then thanks for this super. Says, wrap that bundle of joy in crimson and cream.
Yeah, that's right. Hunter says at least also the least amount of guys they took, which does affect the overall class. It does affect your rankings a little bit. But it does. So recruiting better than developing. It seems to be.
So far, it has been.
Seems to be. Jamal was Lawton Mack. So.
Yeah.
Hey, Sooner fan, let me say this.
I can't watch that crap.
I can't watch it. Now, I've seen like highlights, and I almost have to turn my head. It's so like there's a sport for this. I mean, it's wild stuff. I didn't know there was that many tournaments until recently. It's different, man. I wouldn't do it, Sooner fan. I wouldn't give anybody a free shot to slap me in the face ever.
I don't care if you slapped you a few times in the face, but it wasn't a free shot.
Would you get in a ring with Mike Tyson?
Absolutely.
How much would it take?
Give me $1 million. I'll step in the ring with Mike Tyson right now.
And you would go like toe to toe, or you'd just run out of there just scared?
I would try, but he's going to.
You have to make it. You'd have to make it one round.
Well, one hit, I would be done, but I'd get my $1 million. Hey, Chief, it's been a while. Welcome back. Been missing you on here. Hey, guys, with all this coaching turmoil and recruiting classes not getting better, BB is going to find himself somewhere else in 2026 if he doesn't catch lightning in a bottle this season. Yep. And what is lightning in a bottle? To me,
8 wins will keep. 8 wins will stay.
I've been saying I want to see playoff or bust, but I do think 8 wins they'll keep him. But to me, lightning in a bottle comes into the player of two guys. It's Ben Arbuckle and John Mateer. That they are banking on that being their lightning in the bottle. Don't you agree, Jay? Those two guys. It's
very similar to what they're trying to do with when Lincoln came in. They caught lightning in a bottle with Lincoln. So
wait, you can't compare it, Jay. When Lincoln Riley took over this team, it was a oiled machine that had NFL talent everywhere.
Offensively, when he came to be the OC, Jerm, it wasn't good offensively, if you remember.
Oh, I thought you were talking about head coach.
No. I'm saying it wasn't good offensively. Remember, under Heupel, they had a few, what you would say, OU bad years.
But it wasn't this bad offensively. But it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't this bad. No.
Yeah. Yeah, they got Baker. They got Baker Mayfield, and they had you look at some of the receivers, I mean, they're all in the league. Talent everywhere.
KB says, I can't believe I'm hearing.
I'm saying I think OU would keep him at 8 wins. I'm saying playoff or bust for me.
KB, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying 8 wins. I think he's gonna have another year, is what I'm saying. I mean, they do have the toughest schedule in the country. I mean, I don't know. I would, if anybody's picking them to have more than 8 wins with that schedule next year, right now it'd be hard to. I mean, they could do it, but I'm just saying, based off that schedule, that's 8 wins. Probably pretty good with that schedule with what they did last year.
Hey, I agree. He didn't recruit all those guys for his first year, but after that, they were able to, get a lot of guys. I mean, their recruiting went great after that, especially at the quarterback position. He got whoever he wanted at that position. So
offense did turn around with players already there, but overall team got worse. Well, I mean, they were good under Lincoln Riley Force. Even the last year he was here, I mean, they don't pretty much Lincoln Riley doesn't quit and lose the game against OSU in the playoff again. I mean, a Big 12 championship game. So I still off topic, but
SGA's already got 19 in the first quarter.
What's the score on that game?
Hey, I got a bad take while we're on it. I've got to mention it, Jay. Eric, I got to do it just because I love you, man. But your take of Anthony Edwards is way better of a player than and leader than SGA last year. Doesn't look so good right now, does it?
What happened to them? Was Karl Anthony Towns that good?
Minnesota's still pretty good, Jay.
Where are they? I mean, where are they?
They made a bad trade. Minnesota made a bad
games over 500 or something.
I don't know their record, Jay.
I'm just saying they've fallen off quite a bit.
I just remember the arguments we got in during the NBA playoffs last year. So I had to bring it up because someone brought up NBA and SGA. So
I don't remember those. Johnny Boy's going 10 wins. Hey, everybody has their opinion. You're welcome to have that opinion. I'm saying it's hard to pick 10 wins with that schedule and what they're coming off last year. I mean, you can do it. That's just hard for me to pick. There it is, 25 and 21. That's what I thought. A few games over 500. So
yeah, I did see the stuff in DC. It's horrible, man. Horrible.
Awful stuff, man. There we go. And I saw Greg's comment to this too. Really Real has a really real statement. If OU beats Michigan, then I want to talk about wins and losses. Is that it for you too, Jerm, or no? Like if they go 2-0 and they beat Michigan, then you're going to say what their record might be or what?
Yeah, I would, especially if they score 30 plus in both games. I mean, 30 or 40 plus. I mean, at that point, you would have to at least say, okay, the offense is way better. So,
yeah. Hey, did you hear the Patty Gasso stuff about not playing in the Mary Nutter and her reasoning?
Oh yeah, it's great.
What do you think about that?
It's elite. I mean, it's great. It's first class.
Yeah.
First class.
Drew says, no, we have to play the conference schedule still. And that's it. They have a brutal schedule. That's why some people, I don't know how you can pick 10 wins with this schedule. If you're picking 10 wins, you're basically saying they're going to be the best team in the nation, probably. I mean, would you say 10-2 with that schedule is one of the best teams in the nation?
Oh, it would be, Jay. Hey, Patty Gasso is not playing in the Marionetta Classic. Instead, they're playing in different venues in California to help some mid-major programs.
They're giving them the money, yes.
Make some money. It's fundraising for those mid-major schools because she wants to continue to see them being able to play and stuff.
And the last team they're going to play in Long Beach is their alma mater. And even, I guess some of the schools said, we don't want to take admission. We don't want to charge. We'll do it for free. And she said, no, then I'm not playing. I'm not playing unless you charge. They're wanting to sell them out and help those. I think her point is a lot of these mid-majors are going to maybe lose softball. She's trying to help them out, I guess. So there.
And I didn't even get a response on the SGA stuff. It's crazy.
You're not gonna. Why do you think you would?
Which quarterback scares me on our schedule? Well, I'm not going to say Jackson Arnold, that's for sure. Brady Cook's gone from Missouri. Auburn, you got Jackson Arnold. Maybe Archie Manning. Yeah, okay, that's the answer. Coach Harris is right. It's Garrett Nussmeier. Absolutely. It's Nussmeier, 100%.
As far as best quarterback?
Yes.
Manning or Nussmeier is where I'm at.
I do see Eric's response. Hey, SGA was better than Edwards in the playoffs even. So, but we don't need to talk NBA tonight. It's a long NBA season. SGA's okay. Anthony Edwards cannot hold SGA's shoes right now. Okay.
I want to ask this, and for some reason, I'm not sold on Sellers. Are you?
Yeah, I think he's a good player, Jay. Sold like in what way?
I don't know. I'm just not sold. I don't
like a Heisman contender, like a guy who can lead him to the playoff. What do you mean sold?
Top 5 quarterback in the country.
In the country?
I've seen people putting him up there, top 5.
He may be around 5.
Really? I can't do it yet.
There's a lot that have him as a top 10 in the country, which is crazy based on the performance this year.
Hey, 918. I get it. I think he had a great year. I'm just saying I'm not sold on him, and I don't know why I'm not. I don't know what it is about him.
Is it because you don't know how good of a passer he is, or what?
That's probably it. Yeah. But Hunter can probably drop the dates for that, Frank. Hunter, if you can look that up.
I mean, 9 wins at South Carolina as a true freshman is pretty solid.
Yeah, I don't know when Patty will hang it up. Not sure on that.
She seems to be very enthused this year.
Yeah,
more so than last. More so than last, even.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about the South Carolina stuff is Beamer wasn't on the hot seat, but there was a lot of people wondering if Beamer's the guy.
Yeah.
And after last year, it's totally changed their opinion.
I mean, I could get behind this one.
I would put Lagway. I would put Lagway and Nico above Sellers.
Man, Nico didn't do much this year, Jay. I'll say this: Nico wasn't as good as I thought he'd be this year.
Yeah. First week of March, Hunter says.
What's on the 9th?
What do you mean?
There's a question that said, Hunter, are we doing this on the 9th?
Super Bowl?
Yeah. That would be the Super Bowl date.
Yeah. That would be the
Super Bowl. We'll be doing this on the 9th. The Super Bowl starts at 5:20.
He's a Eagle fan, Jerm. He's saying, are the Eagles going to get it done on the 9th, dude? Read between the lines.
Okay.
Yeah, and I agree with this, Chief. He did kind of fade down the stretch.
Yeah, he did. Hey, we're going to open the phone lines. Jay, are we going to do the game tonight?
Hey, it's up to you, man.
Hey, we'll leave it up to the Surgeaholics. If the Surgeaholics want to partake in the game tonight, we can do it. If not, we'll push it another night.
Nico did start high. The thing about Manning, Chief, I think he didn't play a lot last year, but when he played, he was good.
There's the phone line. Please, I don't see, my screen doesn't have our logo. It had none of the fan stop, so my screen's messed up. But check out the fan stop at thefanstop.com. Sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club. If you sign up by February 20th, you will then be able to receive the March Shirt of the Month Club. We just got a picture of it sent to us today. We will make a graphic so you guys can all see it. It is an awesome St. Patty's Day green OU shirt. Like, it's awesome. You're going to want that, but you got to sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club by February 20th to receive it. Make sure you use code SURGE as your promo code. Get 10% off your first 3 months. You got the phone lines open. Do we have Surge Coffee Cup? Not yet. That's a good idea, though, Jay.
That's a good idea. But, hey, Drew says, what stretch? He wasn't a starter. I'm saying he played some. You know, yours didn't play. What was it? Little bit, and Manning played. So I think I saw enough in that to think, yeah, he's going to be good. Everybody knows he's really talented.
I think Dante Moore is going to be really good at Oregon.
I think Dante Moore's good. Yeah.
I think whoever you put at Oregon is going to be good. But
hey, I would agree with this, Purple. I like the sitting of young guys.
Yeah, I know you do.
Specifically quarterbacks. Quarterbacks don't have to play 2 or 3 years in college football to get drafted high, a.k.a. Kyler Murray. 1 year. Boom. Number 1 draft pick. You don't have to. Learn, develop, and then go play a year and then go to the NFL and get paid.
Plus his name.
By the way, there's nothing wrong with getting paid NIL money when you ride the bench and develop. I wouldn't be complaining about that.
Yeah, I like the fact that he stayed around. That shows maturity. And by the way, his last name, I mean, he's not going to be, in my opinion, a guy who succumbs to pressure. Like, look at his brothers, look at his dad. Like, it's going to look at his grandpa. Like, he's going to for sure be a guy who can probably play under the pressure, under the line.
Eric's asking, says, hold up. Small sample size you saw from Manning told you. No, I'm basing it on high school what he did in high school and what I saw at Texas when he played. I think he'll be good.
He made some big plays.
Hey, I'm not going to sit here and say he's going to be the best quarterback to ever play. I don't know yet. The jury's still out, but I'm saying I saw enough to think I think he's going to be good. And that's my opinion. Eric, you may have a different opinion. You may not think he's going to be very good. I just think he is. And it's not just based on what he did. That's part of it. I thought, in fact, there was a lot of people last year that wanted him to keep playing over at yours. So.
Yeah. Man, Manning is going to make some mistakes. There'll be mistakes, but I think he's going to make a lot of big plays. And the thing is, Quinn Ewers was really good, but Quinn Ewers made a lot of mistakes. His turnover ratio wasn't one of the top ones like in the country. He had turnovers. That was probably his weakness.
And that does matter when your family doesn't need money. I mean, that matters.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he'll be better than Jackson Arnold. I think that'd be a safe bet.
Hey, let me clarify something on the Sooner Surge. These are my opinion and Jeremy's opinion. Doesn't mean it's always right. Have fun at work, Chester. This is my opinion. Do I think Manning will be a good quarterback in college? Yes, I do. Okay. I don't need to explain every reasoning why I think that. I just think he will be. Okay. Maybe wrong.
Yeah, and the dad and uncle want him to play the next 3 years. I mean, which should be, of course, he's going to get paid millions of dollars to play college. So, no, there's no update. I did hear George Stoya. They mentioned like on the unofficial 40, I heard someone sent a brief clip to me and said that like Nate Dreiling is still the top candidate. But
man, I get thunder here tonight.
Yeah. So. Get some thunder, Jay.
Will I take it hard if Arch it fails? No, I don't.
No, I don't care. I wouldn't mind.
I don't care if my opinion's wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe so, and I think he is probably. If I had to guess, return trip, I would say yes, he is probably. If I had to guess.
I agree. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the hire. If that's what happens. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah. How did OU get out rebound? That was bad. It was bad. Awful. Bad. I don't know what else you can say. Not good. Are you happy, though, that they're going after the DC from Arkansas State more than the defensive coordinator from Kennesaw State? Does that make you feel better?
It's bad all the way around, Jay. Now, he may be another Zach Alley. I get it. I know the name. 2 weeks ago, Zach Spavital was mentioned.
Really?
Someone mentioned it in here a couple weeks ago. And then I heard Stoya and them said that was a name that was thrown out there. But, of course, he's from this area with his dad being a coach at Union and Broken Arrow for so many years.
Yeah. I guess BV has known his dad for many years. He's a successful high school coach from Kansas. There you go. There's the kind of relationship that they have. Why they're going after him, probably because of that. He's a young guy that can coach. It kind of does sound a little bit like the Alley stuff.
Yeah, the difference is BV, I think, trusted Alley pretty well since he had been around him so much. He hasn't been around this guy very much from what I've seen, Jay.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see. They're on the road recruiting. Lossman's been in a lot of recruits' photos, hasn't he?
Coach Harris, this is what I said last night, too. I am so, rebounding is effort and want to. Go up and get it. Block someone out. There are guys.
There's more to it.
Should not get 0 rebounds. Jalen Moore should not only get 2. Go rebound the basketball.
There's more to it than that, though.
I am feeling better. Thanks.
Hey, there is more to it than that. Go look at Houston. You know why another reason Houston's really good at rebounding? Because they practice it a ton.
Well, yeah, effort and want to, Jay.
Well, do you remember when Kelvin Sampson was at OU and there were people whining that they're practicing rebounding too much because they couldn't make any shots?
Oh, they played ugly basketball, but they won.
Yeah, but there were people saying they missed too many shots in practicing their rebounding, that it's affecting their shooting. I remember that.
If I could jump as high as Jalen Moore, I'd be a dominant rebounder.
But he doesn't always play down in the paint either. That's part of the issue.
Well, when the shot goes up, that's where I'm going. And prayers to everyone involved in this. It's horrible.
Situation. Horrible. I don't even know all the details to it. I just know it's not good. So, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, Mess. I just don't see the Odom stuff happening. So, Matt's asking if there's any other elite DCs available. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, Matt. I don't think they're going to go that direction.
Will Muschamp's available right now. He's an analyst.
In my opinion, if you really want to say elite DCs available, everybody's available now in the day of money. Doesn't matter.
Show money.
show them the money. You can get anybody you want if you think you can. I mean, Jesse says he don't know if Hall wants to be it. And that could be it. I don't know what Hall, Bates, what those guys want to do. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what I think they want to happen. They want OU to win next year because otherwise they're probably without a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the deal. Yeah, Ted Kish. Wait, Tim Kish. Ted Roof, Tim Kish.
Who was the other guy that coached back there that year? They got from Notre Dame, I believe. What was his name? I thought he's gonna be really good, and he wasn't. Who was?
No, actually, Coach Harris. Brian Odom did not leave in the middle of the night. Brian Odom was going to stay here. BV did not keep him. He brought Ted Roof in to call the defense and coach linebackers, and Brian Odom had to leave. He did not leave in the middle of the night with Muleshoe. He was going to stay here. He's from Ada. Like, that was the deal. Man, I don't think Jalen Milroe will be an Anthony Richardson guy. I just don't think so. My opinion. Just don't see that.
But is Anthony Richardson that good?
Well, I think he's pretty good, Jay.
He's talented.
There seems to be other issues with Anthony Richardson, though. So.
Yeah, who knows? What else is going on?
Wait, where's Will Muschamp and analyst at right now? Georgia.
Hey, Hunter.
Is he at Georgia?
I don't know where he's at, Jeremy.
I think Georgia.
Hey, Hunter. I don't care how athletic you was. So was Jamarcus Russell.
Correct.
Had the strongest arm in the history of football. What did he do? I don't care about your athleticism. Produce, man. And Anthony Richardson last year, if you don't remember, did he not just pretty much quit on the team a little bit during the season?
Took plays off, needed to come out of the game. He was tired. Hey, analyst. He's an analyst at Georgia, Will Muschamp. Maybe BV was there to see. I take Will Muschamp right now.
The most athletic quarterback per Hunter. The most athletic quarterback of all time had to pull himself out of the game after he ran a long run because he was tired.
I didn't see the all-time thing. I just said one of the most. I thought he meant the league.
That's what Hunter just put in there.
That does say all-time. That's a bad take. All-time, Hunter. If you just take the last, go back to your comment. If you take the last prepositional phrase off, you're
what
correct.
Is one of though? One of how many, Hunter? Michael Vick, Vince Young.
Jay, I would agree. He's one of the most athletic quarterbacks in the league this last year. Not of all time. In the league, yes. Not of all time.
Randall Cunningham was very athletic.
Randall Cunningham was unbelievable.
I loved Randall Cunningham. Man.
He had the 85-yard punt. Remember that game?
Dude, Randall Cunningham was he was underrated, I think. Underappreciated.
Yeah. Hey, phone lines are open. Jay, do we want to do the 10 questions tonight?
It's up to you, man.
I said it was up to the Surgeaholics.
You got to have callers if you want to do that, though. If you want to do that.
I agree. I agree.
That's how you want to do that. Vic or Randall Cunningham, I would agree. You know who else was, I think, underrated in the NFL that should have won a Super Bowl? They had a team to win the Super Bowl and they didn't do it, and it's typical of this team. Maybe I should make this a trivia right now.
Do it. And what before you get to the trivia, though, I'm not saying I don't like Santucci. I actually like him better than the guy they're talking about, Nate Dreiling. But I would rather have Will Muschamp over him. But I like him too at Georgia Tech. Warren Moon was great.
Here's my trivia question. Make sure you check out the FanStop, thefanstop.com, as Jeremy mentioned earlier. Here we go. This trivia question. This quarterback was, I think, very underrated. Should have won a Super Bowl. I think he had the team to do it. And I'm trying to ask, I believe this year, I'll tell you who they got ousted by. They got ousted by the Dirty Birds, Atlanta Falcons. This team, this quarterback I'm talking about had a season for the ages with this team. And I'll tell you the team they play in, the division, NFC Central. I'm not going to tell you the quarterback. You got to guess it.
All right. Surely you're not talking about. You want me to say it?
No, I don't. Jackson, I'll give you a hint. You should know the team, Jackson. That gives it away.
Wow, you just gave it away.
You should know the team.
Aaron McNair was so good.
Correct. Chad, it's the Vikings, but who's the quarterback I'm talking about? Do you know it, Jerm?
Yes. Aaron McNair was so good.
It is not Brett Favre. No.
Steve McNair was so good, man.
Yeah, it is not Brett Favre. Yes, correct, Sooner fan.
It is essential. Yep.
There it is, right there, 918. 918. Dante Culpepper. That year they
Wait. You're wrong, Jay.
What?
Not a Central Florida guy.
Culpepper, where'd he play?
Marshall.
Oh, that's maybe so, yeah.
I thought he played with Randy Moss.
Are you talking about Bridgewater? Might have been Marshall, Jerm.
Bridgewater was Louisville, bro. I thought.
Hey, the answer is Dante Culpepper. He had Randy Moss. They were loaded, dude.
I'm pretty sure Culpepper was Marshall. The Thundering Herd with Randy Moss.
Played at Central Florida, Jerm.
I guess I was wrong.
Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. Jerm.
Oh, wait, no. Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich was Marshall.
Okay, those are three different quarterbacks, dude.
Two different. Yeah, Byron Leftwich. That's right. That's who I was thinking of. Sorry. Leftwich to Randy Moss.
Oh, gosh.
Byron Leftwich was really good.
Yeah, Culpepper and Moss played together. They were loaded that year. Wasn't Moss on that team?
Yes. Chad Henne, no. Chad Henne, not who I'm
Chad Hutchinson, 918 says. Remember him with Dallas?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the Vikings, I'm going to go ahead and say this. And I know Jackson will get mad, but will the Vikings ever win another Super Bowl?
I like the Vikings. I hope they would, Jay, but you never know. I mean, look at the Lions. Lions are so great this year, and what happened? Couldn't win in the playoffs.
Now,
Dan Campbell, great. Couldn't win in the playoffs.
I'm trying to remember. Didn't Randall Cunningham also? I'm trying to remember.
Eagles.
I know he played for the Eagles, Jerem, but didn't he go to the Vikings later in his career?
Yeah, he was with the Vikings.
And I'm trying to remember who he played with. Didn't he?
He played with Randy Moss.
Yeah, did Culpepper too?
Jay, they've never won one. Even with Fran Tarkenton, I thought they won one with Fran. I thought they won one with the purple curtain. Or the purple, I forget what the nickname was. It was the steel curtain, but it was the purple. Man, I can't remember.
What it was like the purple eaters or man eaters or purple.
I don't remember what their nickname was. Purple people
eaters. There it is. Purple man eaters, pretty similar. 0-4 all time. I got a question.
The purple grass monsters.
I got a question because
only one person will know what that reference is to. But.
Hey, right now, most people, NFL fans, what are they saying about the NFL? It's what?
I'm confused by your question.
They're saying because of the Chiefs, what are they saying about the NFL? It's what?
It's rigged.
It's rigged. Let me ask everybody in this chat this because y'all were all around. Most of you are around during this. Was it rigged in the 90s when Buffalo lost four Super Bowls? I didn't hear a lot of people saying rigged for the Buffalo Bills. They just said the Bills choked it and lost. So why is it rigged? Why is it rigged? Because the Chiefs win it.
It's not rigged, Jay.
I know. Why just go beat the Chiefs? I get so tired.
I watched the game last week, Jay. Andy Reid called exceptional play calls.
He does when it matters the most.
The Samaje Perine catch, it was a tough ball. Was kind of low. They made plays, man.
And this is true, Tone Low. Betting and fantasy football wasn't as big. You're right.
Correct.
Hey, Jackson, do you remember the tuck rule, Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there were people that said the Patriots, it was rigged with
What about Dallas's last chance? Des Bryant at Green Bay. No catch.
Oh, don't bring that up.
Was that rigged? Was that rigged?
That was a catch is what that was. That was catch. Didn't make a football move. Are you kidding me? By the way, if you watch anything, you know, John Gruden's now on Barstool. I could sit and listen to John Gruden for a couple hours straight.
I agree, Jay.
I think John Gruden is great. And he was bringing up the tuck rule. It was pretty funny if you haven't get a chance to watch it. but he has some great stories. I mean, really good stories if you haven't heard him. Why Philly needs to go beat the Chiefs, period.
I mean, they got one of the greatest coaches, Nick Sirianni.
Well, and you saw what Buffalo was doing. Buffalo was running the ball.
That is correct.
Eagles should be able to run the ball. Eagles should be able to run the ball.
I know Hunter's going to get on. Hunter might actually get on here and argue with me on this point. I did hear Nick Sirianni's post-game presser and stuff. Like, I don't know how you can't like the guy when he's intense.
Let me say this right now, and I'm a fan of the Dallas Cowboys.
Makes some questionable calls, but he's intense. He's a player's coach. I'll say that.
I'm a fan of the Cowboys. I'm a fan of the Sooners. Guys, bring a Super Bowl champion to Dallas. I don't care if I like the coach or not. I want a Super Bowl. So the ones out there for Philadelphia that just can't stand Sirianni, he may win you a Super Bowl. You cannot like him. That's fine. But you'll take the Super Bowl, right?
I mean, I would. So, man, you're kind of pushing buttons on Hunter because the Eagles, he's a diehard. Okay, he's gonna come to their defense, I'm sure. Brian Schottenheimer, new coach at Dallas. Man, there's really not, Jay, you look at it, not just a whole lot to talk about on the OU side of things. The recruits, you had the Tristan Haynes news, the Michael Fasusi update on the recruit. OU still hasn't hired a DC. I would expect it to be within the next week, but you never know. I said I would expect it to be a week ago, and it didn't happen. I'm ready to see after winter workouts this team on the field and seeing what some guys look like and what the offense is going to look like, where guys are going to fill out where they're playing as far as depth charts and things like that. Then it'll start getting a little more exciting. Right now, it's just,
Yeah, and I got to get to this. Why would Eagles fans not want them to win the Super Bowl? That's not what I'm saying. I hear more Eagles fans whining about Sirianni than playing in the Super Bowl. That's all.
I as well. Hey, yeah, Stevie G. We said this earlier, and it's horrible news. Prayers to everyone involved. Prayers to all those that have any kind of family member and is around that situation. Those that are working all that. It is a very, very just tragic thing that's happened.
Yeah, it's awful news. Greg God's asking how many will they add in the spring portal? Ooh, what's the over? What would you set over or under on? If I set the over under on 4, what would you take? Under?
3. 3.
3? You think 3?
Yeah.
Over. I'd say over 2, Hunter. I'd say over 4. Now 918 says
Daniel saying Brian Schottenheimer is profanity.
That should be profanity.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to change the O to an I as he starts coaching. That's just my opinion. I think a lot of people are going to do that. But
his dad was a good coach, though.
Nothing happened with the DC stuff. I mean, the word is BV's in Atlanta, and I wish he was going after Will Muschamp or the Georgia Tech guy, but that's still the word from George Stoya and others who are in the know is that Nate Dreiling is kind of the leading candidate. You know my thoughts on it, Jay. You know my thoughts.
I know. Hey, Hunter, 3 over right now. Is that the Scullies? I know you broke it down about a week ago.
I think it is, Jay. 3 or 4 over.
Yeah, BV out looking for Roof. Roof's probably available. He got let go by UCF already.
Correct.
UCF made a good hire at defensive coordinator, didn't they?
Oh, they said Washington. I meant Washington, D.C.
Oh, it just said D.C.
Hey, I'm predicting Cliff Kingsbury will not be at Washington next year.
Yeah, but I'm going to
– He'll be a head coach somewhere.
Jen is talking about the incident in Washington, D.C. It's about the plane. That's what Jen is talking about, Jared.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. A plane hit a helicopter in air. It's just not good. A lot of They're still, I guess, figuring everything out, but it's not good.
Hunter, come on, man. Are you serious? I don't care if someone says he declined for the New Orleans job. I don't care if he says, take my name out of it. You never know. People say that all the time, and then they take a job the next day.
Yeah, plane without a Wichita, correct. A small plane.
In the interview 2 days ago, he said, yeah, I think I will be a head coach again. I think I want to be. He said, but right now I like what I'm doing. But
how good is Odom? 4-star.
He's a 4-star. I mean,
I think he's pretty good. A teammate of Jaden O'Neal in the 7-on-7. So, man, you
what
got
about a get-back guy? BV needs a get-back guy again. Jay, should I get me a get-back guy on this show?
Who would that be? Your son?
I might need to look into getting a get-back guy.
Wait, who's going to drive to your house to just sit there with you? Nobody.
Hey, Hunter, Yahoo can be wrong. It's the internet, bud. Guess what, Hunter? The fact that you just said that is unbelievable, man. I taught you better than that in English class. Yahoo said it, so it's right? Are we serious?
Do you remember the Yoo-hoo commercials?
Hey, Hunter, reliable journalist, I don't give a rip. I've heard coaches themselves say, I'm not going anywhere. And the next day, stay up. Hey, get that stuff in the trailer. We're out of here. Come on, man. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. He said he's staying. I love how honest people are these days. He's staying. It's a done deal. Lock it. Put the chain on it. You can't get the combination. There's no chance that he's leaving.
Your voice is cracking. Calm down, dude. Jeez. Yeah, it's not, Sooner fan. It's really not. Hey, but no, I brought up Yoo-hoo, the Yoo-hoo commercials. Hunter, don't take that. Hunter, jump on here. If you don't want to take that, you can jump on here if you want.
Didn't Lincoln Riley say he was staying?
He did.
Or he said he was going to, I think he said he's
not
going to LSU.
No, he said he's not going to LSU.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of guys say they're staying or not staying or whatever.
Cough up a lung like a champion. Hey, Germ, I can't see it, but is there a Red Bull in front of you?
There actually is. I haven't had one today, Jay.
Red Bull gives you wings, man. If it's
on the interwebs, it must be true. Plus, it came out of his mouth, so no one lies anymore.
Hey, I'll say this.
It was an old story, old fable that does not have any truth to it today.
I'll say this. I didn't read anything on the internet today. I don't know Cliff Kingsbury, but Cliff Kingsbury looks like the guy. I mean, he seems like a guy that might say something and do something else.
You think?
I mean, I don't know. Check your blood pressure, Germ, now, ASAP. Do you have one of those monitors or do you not?
I do not. Hunter says there's one head coach opening and he is not interviewing. If that is too hard to... Who said NFL?
What college would he go to, Germ?
I don't know, Jay. I don't know what's going to be out there. I don't know what's going to happen between now and then.
Between now and when?
Next year, Jay. You never know. There's all kinds of things that can happen.
Everybody's made coaching changes that have made coaching changes.
Actually, Hunter, I'm not wrong on this. Just because someone says it doesn't make it true. That's my point where you're wrong. Hunter, he may actually stay as DC. He may stay in Washington. I mean, it's OC. He may stay in Washington. Absolutely might. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But to say he said it, therefore it's true, no, I'm not buying that. That's all my point is, Hunter. I agree he probably is staying, but to act like, well, he said it and the journalist said it. I don't know. Have there been I'm not even going to go there because Hunter will be mad at me, so I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there, James. I'm not even going to go there.
Gen Z. Can OU beat Vandy? Yes, they can beat Vandy. Will they? I don't know. They have to if they want to make the NCAA tournament. If they lose to Vanderbilt, chance of them making the tournament and getting 7-8 wins in conference would be very different.
You can't lose the game. You cannot lose the game.
You cannot lose to Vanderbilt. Steven says outlook for Satanga this year. I watched quite a bit of Satanga at Arkansas. Satanga is the guy that can do some things. Now, is he going to be
if he's used right?
If he's used right, he's not going to be your he's not like a every down like CeeDee Lamb type guy at all. But he's a guy that can make some things happen. I mean, he's electric on punt returns. I think they could use him at punt return. I would like to see him at punt return. I think a receiver, like you said, how they use him, he can do some things for sure. Where does he fit in that rotations? Where I'm interested to see. I don't know. I didn't see what they got. It's hard to know because they didn't have anybody last year. They were all injured, so I don't know what it's going to look like.
Sooner fan, they have to win all their home games and get one of those two wins over Kentucky or Tennessee. And Mark, I'm going to answer what's wrong with Fears.
Well, then I'm going to answer it after you do and say your stuff.
He had a horrible game yesterday. It was atrocious. But my biggest complaint right now is I didn't see a lot of effort last night, and that's an issue. I saw bad body language. He's going through a slump. He's got it.
How's he going through a slump? 3 of his last 4 games, he's been 16, 18, and 20.
The same way you said Kobe Elvis was when he had 14 and 12, Jay. I did that just to get you on that.
And I don't understand. Go ahead.
To me, with the Jeremiah Fear stuff, I think there's been, I mean, if you watch it, a lot of lack of effort on I think with him, Jay, if he would have scored 0 points but was getting rebounds and assists and getting steals on defense and going all out, I thought that was my questionable thing last night.
Yeah, and I see this comment. A Sooner fan, if he continues to be projected to be a lottery pick, he's not going to come back. There's too much money involved there. I mean,
especially in basketball, NIL.
Basketball. And Greg God says, wish Dayton had the same green light as Fears. Dayton's playing pretty well.
Yeah, Greg God, it's been, and I'm just going to say it, it's kind of been a proven thing that not all guys have green lights under Porter Moser.
Look at this. Texas,
go back. Now, I think Dayton Forsyth absolutely should have the green light. And I love the way Dayton Forsyth played last night. Attacking, making great passes, cross-court skip passes, giving great effort. Led the team in rebounds, okay? That's all I want to see. I don't care if you struggle in the game as long as you're going all out. That's the only questionable thing I will question, the all-out stuff.
Hey, and I got to say, I see KB here. Texas, Ole Miss, 69-70, 8 seconds left. What the Texas head basketball coach did last week was ridiculous. Okay, everybody. Wait. Let me finish. Everybody knows last year when they lost to Texas A&M. I think it was A&M that beat them, and this happened. And the A&M, it might have been A&M. They were throwing the horns down when they were going through the handshake line. And then he went on a massive rant in the postgame about it. We don't do that. We lose with class. We win with class. We don't do that thing walking through the handshake line. And then they beat A&M. He walks through the line with his tongue out at the players. Did you see it?
I saw it. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was weird. Okay, yeah, correct. Bishop. It was UCF. That's right. It was not A&M. But the point being, after saying that and then coming there and throwing his tongue out at the other team, I thought it was a little weird. But
the Luke Haas stuff goes back to the first recruitment. And Steven, appreciate the compliment. Thanks for tuning in every night at 9:30. This is what we do here. The first recruitment of Luke Haas was disappointment. That to me is why he's not there this time around. I mean, to me, that's it, Jay.
Because Joe John
Finley. And I'm going to say this. It's not just a Joe John Finley thing. It's more than that. Didn't they enter the conversation late the original time? I think they entered the convo really late for Luke Haas.
I think they did, but at the same time,
hey, Tolo, the 2 guys they were going to get back after Christmas was Jadon Jones, who was a leading scorer in the summer series, and Jeff Nwanko. 2 guys that would be playing maybe more minutes than any other 2 guys on this team, and they're not back, and they're probably not going to be back, I guess, or they would have been back by now. It would be massive to get them back. Massive.
Yeah, I just think it's too late in the game. They're not going to do it. I mean, even if the players feel like they're almost back, like at this point, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who was the guy? Who was the guy? Man, me and you had arguments over this guy.
You and I.
What did I say?
Me and you. You can't say that.
Okay. Let me correct that. Me and you, Germ, had
arguments. No, you and I.
Me and you. It doesn't matter.
You can't. Okay, finish your sentence. Go.
This is not English. I don't care.
Say it right now. Go.
Me and you had an argument over a guy 2 years ago.
Okay, I'll stop right there. Hey, so what Jason just said is me had an argument. Me had an argument. Doesn't matter, though. Keep going, Jay. I'm here for you. Grammar does matter. It's not me and you, man. Now, you could say you and I. You could say he and she. That would be correct, but not me and you.
Germ, I don't care the correct way to say it. I really don't. I was just trying to make a point. It doesn't matter to me. I'm done with English class. I'm not going back to college. So
I'm a lifelong learner. Do we want to do this again? Go ahead, Jay.
Sure, Germ. You're a teacher. You used to be. Okay, so
go ahead, Jay.
My point is, who was the guy 2 years ago for Oklahoma that you kept wanting to play, and they finally played him near the end of the year, and he was doing really good? Who was that?
It was not Melvin Johnson. Wasn't that him, Jay?
It wasn't Melvin Johnson. What was his name?
It was something Johnson.
He transferred from like Indiana State or
yes.
And they he real
Johnson.
he was real athletic
right now. I can see him right now.
Yeah, Mr. Mattis. Exactly right, Sergeant Lincoln. Mr. Mattis.
Who was
very
that?
OCD? Very OCD. Who was that guy, Jerem? 2
He
years
came
ago.
in at the end of the year and he played and he was great.
2 years ago under Moser.
It may have been 3 years ago.
No, 2 years ago.
Oh, this is going to bug me. Someone help us out. Sergeant Hollicks, come to our rescue. It was something Johnson.
He transferred from, I thought, Indiana State or Illinois State, or
I think it was Illinois State. It was not. It's not D'Angelo Johnson.
I'll find it.
It was not D'Angelo Johnson. He was Malcolm Johnson. He was so athletic. I can see his face.
KB, love you, KB.
I do have a photographic memory.
No, you don't, or you would have known that, Germ.
Marvin Johnson. Dadgummit, I got the last name. Give me Malcolm. Give me freaking credit, bud.
No, photographic memory would have got that.
Jay, he should have played way more that year.
Photographic memory.
Should have played way more that year.
KB, that's great. Sooner Thrawn says, talk to Buddy who knows OSU people inside athletic department. They said Knowles is very weird, very hard to deal with. Why does he never take guys with him? Makes you wonder. Who knows? Hey, I don't know. I have no clue. But it's Penn State's issue now. See what they do with him. A lot of people have Penn State maybe going to win the national championship next year. I can't go there.
Because of James Franklin?
I just can't.
Their defense will be really good.
I think they're going to be really good. Hey, Steven's a Tuttle guy, big Jason White fan.
Well, Jade, there's also a guy last year who didn't play named Caden Cooper. He gone.
Yeah, I think he's doing pretty well too.
Of course he is, Jay. He was a good player. Jalen Hill's a good player. Elijah Harkless in the league was a good player.
If you remember,
Moses Gibson, good player.
If you remember it, go back to if Porter Moser recruited and brought in Caden Cooper, Otega Owe, Milos Uzan. He had some really good guys he recruited.
They didn't want to keep playing for him, Jay.
If he could have kept those guys, that's the biggest issue, is if he could have kept guys together.
Otega Owe is maybe Kentucky's best player.
But he gets the garbage guy, according to you. He doesn't know. He's not.
He was at OU, Jay. And by the way, Uzan had about 19 rebounds and assists the other night against Kansas. Against Hunter Dickinson, he had 19 boards and assists.
Wait, what? 19
Uzan.
rebounds? Uzan had 19 rebounds?
And assists combined.
How many of those were assists?
I don't know, bud.
Cooper's averaging 11 points per game, almost a double-double.
Almost a double-double.
And Jimmy, if there's one thing you can for sure say about Porter Moser, let me tell you my theory about Porter Moser and centers.
I already know what you're going to say because it's mine too.
Okay. At Loyola, do you remember what was the guy's name that played center in the NCAA?
Ludwig, Krutwig.
Krutwig. Yeah. He would get these guys that were pick and pop guys, a.k.a. Tanner Groves.
Sam Godwin.
No, Sam Godwin's not a pick and pop. It's Northweather is. But he'd get these guys that are great for like if you're playing mid-major ball. But then and they can do things like pick and pop. But then when you get into games with athletic bigs, they struggle.
Yeah, but there's another thing you can take to the bank about Porter Moser. They'll always get way worse when conference season starts. The guys just get worse.
But you know what? I see this comment and YMCA guys. I've played plenty of community center basketball, YMCA basketball. And there were guys that weren't athletic, but you know what they would do to you for rebounds? And
block out.
One elbow, I wouldn't go back in there. Like those.
Hey,
you gotta be physical, man.
Crystal, over under, I think will probably be
three.
Yeah.
I'm taking
I would probably take the over
with rushing included.
I think that game's going to be upper 20s or 30s.
I would take even. I would push on 3. I'd push.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you check out the fan stop at thefanstop.com. Again, if you sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club by February 20th, you will get the March Shirt of the Month Club, which is a great St. Patty's Day shirt. We will have a picture of that in the coming days where you can kind of see what that looks like. But appreciate everyone tonight. It's been an hour already. It's Wednesday. It's almost Thursday. We hope you guys have a terrific Thursday. We want to say thank you so much for joining us here on the Sooner Surge. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on those notifications, hit the like before you leave. We do this every night. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9:30. Till next time.